Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video. Today we're going to be playing MXGP 2021, and we are continuing here with career mode for round 2 of MXGP of Matterley Basin. So I'm here in Matterley Basin on the right hand side, and away we go on board the KTM. So can we go round the outside, starting this one off? Whoa, Gifting went straight off there. He was sliding into the corner, then he got a little bit of a helping hand, and then he was crashed into. So the end of his Grand Prix, or at least race 1, is over for Gifting already. But Maxime Renault takes the Fox's whole shot and is now in the lead as we get a beautiful move there up on the inside of Van Moosdijk, and now onto the left hand side, pushing to try and chase down Maxime Renault, who got out of this one like an absolute shot. Look at him disappear into the distance. Renault has certainly got this one sorted already. Let's see if we can chase him down, but I tell you what, with speed like that and confidence that is just completely head and shoulders above the competition right now, this is unbelievable. I'm going to try my best to hopefully give chase to the man on board the Yamaha, but honestly, Renault has already just disappeared from us in this one, as Rohan van der Moosdijk and Jed Beaton are battling it out behind us for 3rd and 4th place respectively. We can hang on to 2nd place for now, but as long as we don't lose any positions, I'll pretty much be happy. I mean, the podium finish is a definite certain on the cards for me today here in Matterley Basin. I love this track. I do struggle towards the end of the race. I do feel that this is quite a tiring track, but I do want to make sure I'm on the podium here today. That is the goal for MXGP of Britain here today. I really want to get on the podium for MX2. I really do. Unfortunately, the victory is certainly out of sight now, because Renault is just so far ahead of us. It's just unbelievable. I mentioned in the review yesterday, and of course if you haven't seen the review, I highly recommend you check it out after watching this video, and then you'll get to see my full opinions on this fantastic video game. But I did say yesterday in the review that I did feel that the AI's difficulty was a little bit too high, and is that rain I see? The rain, oh my goodness, yep, rain is coming. Rain is charging down. The precipitation has appeared, and it is now time for a wet race. Goodness me, the rain just never gives up in MXGP 2021. But onto the right hand side, we will go with 1 minute and 2 laps remaining. It's going to be a bit of a challenge to stay within 2nd place, or at least on the podium battle, because the rainy conditions make things a lot harder, and the AI don't tend to struggle as much as I do. Now, last year, as I mentioned before, it was a kind of opposite. I would do better in the wet, but now we have a lot of riders. You can see in the graphic in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, there is many riders certainly jostling for position to steal my 2nd position. So we will just try our best to defend and stay where we are. We want to keep the status quo to the end of this race 1. It's going to be difficult though, because Tom Vial is now into 3rd position, and of course a very hard charger on board the KTM. Rohan van der Moosdijk is battling it out with Viala, so as long as they continue to battle and have a bit of infighting, we should remain in 2nd place. But now the rain has really decided to drop. Now it's getting difficult and very slippy on this track, so in certain sectors I'm going to be struggling in as we try and break it into the right-hander there, as we managed to get the job done, as we now go into the left-hand side. And of course, if you did see the live stream a few days ago, I did mention how I always change the settings, so I have a more aggressive bike, which just has more aggressive braking and more aggressive acceleration. So this doesn't bode well for me right now, as I think I've just lost position on the left-hand side. There seems to be a bit of a battle there. I think one of the riders got shoved wide. It might have been Rohan van der Moosdijk, because his name keeps changing position on the left-hand side, but we ran it a little bit wide there, as we now go into the right-hand side, drop it down to the left-hand side here, and start the little bit of a tabletop section as we get this one right. Can we? Not quite. Could do with a little bit more acceleration upon the 2nd jump, and then we would have probably had that one done. But look at the riders behind. This is going to be crazy. There's no way I can hold on to it. If I make one single mistake, you better believe that I'm going to probably drop down to about 6th position. This is how important this is right now. The riders are all like bottlenecking. They're concertined up behind a slow Matt Grant, who's in 2nd place right now. Renault is so far in the distance. Look at him, you can't barely see him. This is just ridiculous. Oh my goodness. There's something's happened behind, actually, because we did lose a couple of spaces. Well, we've actually created a gap to some of the riders behind, so whoever is in 3rd position right now, they are probably going to try and make a lunge up into the next corner, because I am pretty slow in this particular section, and it is championship rival Ruben Fernandez. I've been dueling with him recently in the career duels. I've ran it wide, and Ruben Fernandez to take over from 2nd position as tried to fight back, but the man on board the Honda was just too strong. The Spaniard now up into 2nd place, and we have been demoted to 3rd in our home GP. But you better believe I'm not just going to let the fight disappear away from me. Ruben Fernandez is still there, we can still see him, and his name is just slowly fading into the distance, but we're not going to give up. We're going to continue to give chase and hopefully get back at Ruben Fernandez. So onto the left-hand side we will go, get into the little bit of a rut there, try not to slip it too much, and then fight back and get onto the right-hand side here. Just chuck the boot out, just to bring ourselves in, but I think he's gone. I don't think I can do it. I'm honestly really trying. It's just not happening here in Matterley Basin. It's such a difficult track. It's a very, very tough surface as well, so if you make a mistake, you can't really gain anywhere. Like some tracks, you can gain a bit of an advantage if they're a little bit slower in certain areas, but here in Matterley Basin, even since last year's game, they've always been really strong here in this British track. Now, something to quickly mention, you've probably noticed already, but I do apologise for my voice in this one. I haven't got the quite amount of lift that I really wanted. Got a bit of a cold and I'm a bit bunged up right now, so I'm doing my best with the commentary, but I don't think I'm pronouncing the words as much as I would have wanted, but still, I hope I'm entertaining nonetheless. And if I am, make sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing as well. We're on the charge for 2,500 subscribers, and I would appreciate your assistance if you haven't subscribed already. So now the worst has come to the worst. We have a couple of riders behind us who are still in pursuit of my third position, and it's not looking too promising. I'm not too bad at this sector of the track. We're pretty good towards the end of the lap, but the actual first sector and second sector is where we lose a little bit of time, and too much time, quite frankly. I do need to improve on MXGP 2021, and speaking of improvements, I do aim to help you guys improve as well. I do have a few guides coming up very, very soon. I've just been a little bit busy with the content this week, so unfortunately I'll have to save it till the following week, but stay tuned. Hand cam gameplay, helping with getting into the ruts, helping with jumps. We'll sort it all out within MXGP 2021 guide, so stay tuned for those, and I'll have them done as soon as I possibly can. We have one lap to survive, one lap to hold our position to the end of race 1 here in Matterley Basin. Maxime Renault in the lead, Ruben Fernandez in second, Grant in third, and I'm being pursued by a very, very eager man. Diego Giertz is on the charge and is waiting for his moment to strike. It's just a matter of time, not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when, I'm sure. Diego Giertz is certainly a man not to be trifled with, and if he's going to get past me, he's going to make it done very, very soon. I just don't know when it's going to happen. I'm doing everything. There it is! Diego Giertz has taken my third position. Look at the dirt getting kicked up in my face. Goodness me, if it's not one thing, it's another. It's absolute kick him when he's down, gets through and just kicks out a absolute whack ton of dirt up into my visor there, and I can't do anything about it. I'm just going to have to like it and lump it. Diego Giertz on board the Yamaha has pinched my third place, and I'll be honest with you, I have nothing to give back. Absolutely nothing. He has already disappeared. The AI is just so hard in MXGP 2021 in some tracks, not all of them. I did get a victory in Os with Rene Hoffer in the live stream a few days ago, which wasn't really that hard. It was pretty much a disappearing win, but unfortunately here in Matterley Basin the rain came down at the worst possible part, and unfortunately we got battered. We lost our podium position, and now I'm a sad man. I'm a little bit disappointed. Even with the cold, I thought maybe we could get this done, but unfortunately no. We've had our sweets taken away from us and there's no fun to be had. But never fear, we do have another race coming up very, very soon, so stay tuned and stay hanging on, and stay ace of course, because you never know what can happen in race 2. And we still aren't quite finished with race 1, because there's still a gaggle of riders still pursuing me very, very quickly, and I do think we're going to hold on to the end. Maxime Renault has already finished and is already celebrating with his crew. It looks like Ruben Fernandez will hold on to second, but Diego Giertz has actually closed him down in the latter stage of this race. Goodness me, he's absolutely flying so far on board that Yamaha. The Yamaha certainly looking like the best bike here in Matterley Basin, but Grant will just barely hold on. Grant for the KTM Race Store MX2 team hangs on for 4th place. It's not the podium we want, but still, can't be mad at that. So Maxime Renault wins with Ruben Fernandez in 2nd, Diego Giertz 3rd, and Grant finishes in 4th place. Now on to race 2 here in Matterley Basin. So we wait patiently for the grids to drop, and away we go. That's a good start on board the KTM. We need to get onto the left-hand side here to take the Fox's whole shot. Beautiful acceleration. Just that little bit more acceleration and bravery gets us the Fox's whole shot. Grant into the lead here in his home GP for the race 2 we are in the lead. This is exactly what we would have wanted in race 1, but we couldn't quite get it from round the outside. That's why qualifying is very, very important, which I do actually skip, unfortunately. But never mind, we are going to fight back and hopefully have a better race 2, and already it's looking rather promising. So Maxime Renaux didn't get his unbelievable shot like he did in race 1, so now it's down to us to hold on to the end, and it is sunny, it's nice and bright, and it should stay like this for the duration of the race. I'm at least hoping so. If the rain comes down again, then that's when trouble comes, so hopefully just hang on to the end. So good so far, good start. This is exactly what we need. We've got 2 minutes plus 2 laps remaining, and this is a great position for us to be in. We do have a rider behind us who is very eager actually. He's already there and he's going everywhere with me. I can't get a little inch away from him. He's still there. Had a quick look behind me, and it's championship rival Ruben Fernandez once again. Leave me alone, Fernandez. We duel constantly off the track, and now here we are, jostling for position in my home circuit of Matterley Basin. Oh, a little bit out of shape there on board the tabletop section. As we go on the left-hand side, we must hold position, otherwise Ruben Fernandez will certainly pinch our sweets away. And we mentioned in the first race, we don't want to be losing the sweets once again, not before Christmas. I don't even open my advent calendar yet. I don't even have an advent calendar. Christmas is not going to be exciting if we don't get a race victory, or at least a podium here in Matterley Basin. But we're avoiding that for now. Ruben Fernandez did lose a little bit of time as we go into probably my favourite sector of Matterley Basin. I do feel very strong here in Sector 4. Just got to keep him at bay. Just got to keep pushing him back. Don't give him an inch, and don't let him make a move at any point. So we're good for now. We're going to be starting the next lap in the lead, and I don't think we've led a race since Arlionok, possibly. So this is a pretty good stuff for us right now. We didn't manage to lead in Matterley Basin because, of course, Maxime Renaux was just unbelievable. But we now got, oh wow, out of shape, massively out of shape there on the right-hander for that very first corner. It is a brutal corner to get right there, and I completely messed it up. But we are still in the lead. 35 seconds plus 2 laps to go. We have a good chance of holding on to the end. Just got to make sure we keep everything clean from this point onwards. I've run it a little bit wide, got stuck on the rut. Ruben Fernandez, no. Ruben Fernandez has got the lead. I don't believe it. We have to fight back. If we can't get him now, it's over. Oh, I'm so annoyed. That one little mistake is all that Ruben Fernandez needed. Look at him go. Fernandez into the lead, and away he disappears. We got to go into the next corner with a lot of aggression here. Get into the right-hand side. Downshift all the time. Listen to the downshifts. I basically can't, actually, because my voice was too loud, but never mind. Onto the left-hand side we will go. We need to chase down Ruben Fernandez. I'm feeling the pressure here to hold on to him, but I just can't get anywhere near him. Ruben is pulling away. He's bested me here. I'm doing everything. I'm really pushing hard, but Ruben Fernandez has got the better of me here today. I was on his coattails just trying to chase him down, but I just can't seem to stay with him, man. Look at how far ahead he's pulled away. 2 laps remaining at the end of this one, and we just can't even hang on to first place. I'm so mad. Oh, I can't believe I let that one go. Now we have Rohan van der Moosdijk behind us. Then I'm guessing it's going to be Tom Vialle and Diego Giert, so it's going to be a very similar race compared to the first one, although we did lead for a lap, so I can't be too mad at that one. Just a little bit mad with myself for making that mistake into the second corner. If that mistake hadn't occurred, we could still be in the lead right now, but nonetheless, we're still learning. This is the second Grand Prix. We can't be too mad. Race 2 of the second Grand Prix. It's not too bad. Round 2 is still very early in the championship. We have a lot of time. Round 3 is coming up. Majora, one of my favourite tracks of all time. So I'm pretty confident. As long as we keep building the confidence, getting better, we'll eventually get there. So stay tuned, stay focused, and stay ready for another Grand Prix. But for the time being, 2 laps to go. We still have a chance of getting beaten. So I need to try and avoid that from happening as we still make a mistake going into the first corner. Very treacherous corner, especially when you're braking on the bumps. Difficult, very difficult. You see how much we accelerated there getting into the left-hander there, really trying to push as much as I possibly can. I am getting a little bit more confident with the right analog stick, by the way. I did struggle at first. I was pushing the right analog stick too much into the corner, so what would happen is the bike would spin or I would just drop the front. And you've seen actually in Arlionok in the last round, I made the same mistake into that very sharp right-hander in the third sector. But here in Matterley Basin, I am using it a little bit more, especially for those right-handers that aren't so tight. For the tighter ones, just let yourself get into the rut and just be confident and just push out the corner. But for the KTM, it's a good bike, but we are on one of the slower, more inexperienced teams with the less sort of development package, so we aren't on the best bikes, is pretty much what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way of saying it, and a sort of diplomatic way of saying it as well. You can't just say a bike's not as good as the other. I tried to say it in a professional manner, but still, you know what I mean. This bike is slower than the others. Accept it. But we now go on to the right-hand side with two riders really, really close. I'm pretty happy with second place. I'm pretty confident that we can get the job done, and that is a beautiful way to tackle the tabletop section. We managed to hold them at back, or hold them at bay is what I was trying to say, rhyming accidentally, and we just need to hold on. We just have to focus and just keep on going. This is very, very tiring and very, very scary to think that these two riders are just going to go for it at any point. Turn 1 is where I'm really, really concerned with. We've seen in the live stream a ridiculous lunge from Jeffrey Hurlings. Don't discount the AI from doing lunges. They love it. They love a good solid lunge. Don't tell me that they don't like a lunge, because let me tell you, they certainly do. So just keep an eye out for any would-be lunges at any point. It's certainly going to happen if we're not careful. But Ruben Fernandez sets us up for the final lap of the MXGP of Britain. We have one more lap to defend against the two riders behind who are going to be very, very lethal. And here we go into the right-hander, holding on for dear life, bouncing all the time at those sort of big, massive bumps there as we get on the braking. And here we go. We're still in second place. We just have to hold on for one more lap. One more lap to hold on to second place, then a podium should be ours. We have to do this. We have to hang on. We need to do it. I really, really want to get onto the podium. I think as well, if we finish in second, we may finish in the Grand Prix podium by the end of the full Grand Prix. So we could finish on the podium for the second time in succession. Pretty good for a rookie, may I add. And it'll be another podium. That'll be really, really positive. But I'm doing everything I possibly can now, taking weird and tighter lines than I usually would. And I tell you what, the panic has begun to set in. Get into the right-hander here, and the mistakes have been made. Renault takes over at the second position. I tell you what, that could give him the Grand Prix result. In fact, I'm not even entirely sure. Maybe this would lock points with Ruben Fernandez and Renault. That's going to go down straight to the fastest lap, Lord Almighty. That is going to be tight, but we are into third position. We have two riders behind us, and this is going to be a test of strength now. A test of fortitude, a test of concentration. Can we defend against the two riders behind us? We've fallen asleep here towards the end of the race, and I'm not really happy about it. I wanted to hang on as much as I possibly could, but unfortunately AI just were too strong. Tenacious D said the metal were too strong. I say the AI was too strong here today. So now on the left-hand side, we're going to just get into the left, chuck it to the right-hand side, keep it pinned to the gas as we get onto the big jump here. Make sure we clear that. Beautifully done. Getting it into the decline of the next jump is imperative to make sure we don't lose any speed. We're picking up a nice amount of speed here on the left-hand side. Sector 4 is our forte. We're good here in this particular sector, and I think we might have got the job done. We might have actually got this one done. And if we have, I can rest easy tonight knowing that I've done my best. But upon that note, I think we have got the third place. I think we're going to finish on the podium. And I tell you what, compared to the first race, we weren't that far behind from the victory, and we weren't that far behind from second place. Fernandez wins, Renault second, and Grant holds on to take third place. So quick recap, Fernandez wins with Renault as second, Grant third, Van der Moosdijk, Beaton, Harrup, Yates, Vial, Sander and Gifting finish your top 10. But a look at the Grand Prix results, and yes, Ruben Fernandez and Renault were locked on points at 47, and Grant takes a second podium for the second time this season. Not bad for the rookie on board the KTM. Diego Yates misses out by 4 points, and Rohan van der Moosdijk misses out by 6 points for a podium finish. So there it is, our very first podium at home soil. Very proud to have our second podium of the season, and most importantly here in Matterley Basin. So let's see where the championship standings leads us, and I'll tell you what, not too bad. 16 points behind Ruben Fernandez and just 3 behind Maxime Renault. But upon that note guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know in the comments section down below. If you really enjoyed it, why not consider hitting the like button, and also consider subscribing as well, because we're on the charge for 2,500 subscribers. Upon that note guys, thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.